Yo, what's happening, peeps? Your boy Chelsea back at it again. With no further ado, just let Dave Anderson jump right on into it. Y'all gotta hear this.
Black people can't take brutal honesty at this point, then I feel sorry for you. You're not my audience. Like, at some point, we got to stop coddling people. Like, we the only group of people that sits up here and tries to make all these arrangements for our trash.
So
Never should have ate it.
what?
Big as hell.
So what's
Took
your-
your times, y'all.
What's your thoughts about him? How do you feel about him?
The same way I feel about most of these mega preachers. What good are they? All they do is y'all's a boss. And again, what do you have to show? The Bible says you will know the tree by the fruit that it bears. What fruit have they bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't Jamal Bryant say, I'm gonna take the land because I want the brothers that smell like weed? Did he start the dispensary yet? Did we get the New Birth dispensary?
No.
That hasn't happened. But you got time to be on CNN, and then you got to try and blackmail Target for $250 million just so that you can wear your mama's brooch and, you know, talk about things that really don't affect us, because DEI only helps white women. It doesn't really help us. 4% of all DEI jobs go to black people, but nearly 60% of the DEI firings go to black people. But good job, Jamal. Keep collecting in.
And that's straight fact. Jamal Bryant is the biggest crook of them all. I don't really too much care for Jamal Bryant. You know, he have a long history of the crookedness, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, brother, he cooked right there. I'm going different time stamps and just let him cook. And he's speaking nothing but facts, man. This brother he's bringing some heat, and he's just spreading awareness on a lot of things. Let's get back into it.
About the fact that we're in bed with the Democratic Party and we ain't got nothing for it. The only time you ever see these folks is when they come to New Birth because it's their birthday, or they want to stand around and dance with pudgy ass Warren Martin and do some horrible ass dance. You never see them do anything effectively in the black community. The same people who you say are racist are not the only racist. Joe Biden was mentored by Strom Thurmond, racist. He was mentored by Robert Byrd, and you eulogized him. Robert Byrd was a Klansman.
That's great fact.
But he reformed, because that type of deep-seated racism over 100 some odd years just magically goes away. He said that he didn't want people growing up in a racial jungle. And so when you tell black people anything bad about Democrats, they're like, oh, Lord, no, you best not say nothing about Bill Clinton. You best not say nothing about Master Biden. And Lord, don't come for Barack.
That's how the Democrat Party talk. They always going by hearsay. The favorite person. Don't talk about this person, but not once they can name anything about what kind of policy that they provided for the people. It's crazy.
And it's just like, okay, when Trayvon Martin died, what did Barack do? He could have been my son. And then he walked his ass right back in the White House.
So I guess the question that I have for you is, because I listen, I'm on the same page. How do we get the black community to wake up and kind of wean away from the Democrat community? I feel like it's coming in small numbers, but for the most part, and my own family members, my older family members, they really was like feeling some type of way when I told them that I didn't want to vote Democrat. Like, it's like they feel like our older black family members feel like just because we're black, we have to vote Democrat. Like we have to.
So the same baby boomers in the first half of Gen Xers that got us in this mess are now talking about they're upset. You gave us this world. You let them run wild. You let them run ragged, do whatever they want. You didn't ask for anything. We live in a country that is not a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. The founding fathers never wanted any type of democracy, because for those of you who spent no time in third grade civics, democracy means the majority rules. The founding fathers didn't want that. They wanted to keep their landmass slave owning game going. And so if you understand that this is not about a democracy, you got more control over who's WWE champion than you do who's president. So at some point, you got to understand all the boomers need to go. Go sit down, hang it up. You ruined us. Now we got to fix this mess. Here's the thing.
I totally agree with him on that. Parents, grandparents on down. I mean, it's been in shambles, man. They always doing the hooping and hollering and praying and all turn the other cheek type stuff. Where stop at with me, it's eye for an eye with me. I mean, I can't go by all that other stuff they go on about turn the other cheek or it's gonna be okay, and just throw a book in the middle of us and see we just are supposed to just read that and things gonna be all right. These people don't play by the same rules, and he knows it. That's why he's saying, they need to get out the way. I've been saying this. They're not up to speed with the times, man. But I'm gonna let them cook.
Gay people. I didn't say nothing yet. Gay people have representatives on both sides of the aisle. If you think I'm lying, explain, Bruce. I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner. Hispanics have people on both sides of the aisle. Who's the Chinese American leader? You don't know who they are. You want to know why? They too busy running Chinatown, and it doesn't matter how many conglomerates I put up. It doesn't matter how many businesses I acquire. I can't buy an inch of land in Chinatown, but yet and still you got Chinese people giving you chicken wings covered in MSG. You got Korean people doing your nails, putting gel in it. You realize gel manicures just got banned in the UK? You got Indians and Ethiopian people giving you Dunkin' Donuts. They tell you there's no money in the hood, but McDonald's don't build nothing that is not a profit center. So why are there so many McDonald's in the hood? They convinced you that the hood was the problem, but the problem is the hood has not woken up to what's really happening. And so,
man, this dude here is kicking straight knowledge, man. He on fire. I never heard of this dude. Some of you may have heard of David Anderson. Dave Anderson, my bad. The brother's cooking, man. He laying down a whole lot of facts and a lot of stuff I've been saying a long time ago. But when you in a person without a platform or don't have these kind of voices like these other people, a lot of this stuff is irrelevant. Other people, take heed of what you're saying and what you're talking about. But that just goes without saying, man. A lot of us been saying that to our closest friends or to our peers, but they don't pay no attention until someone else has got the bigger mic than you. Then that's when they want to take heed to it and act like they don't know nothing about it. But furthermore, let them go. I got a few more other clips I chopped the video up kind of a little bit to go. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I just want to kind of touch on some things what he was talking about. But the name of this podcast is Dave Anderson, Stop Blaming the System with Carnisha. So I'll go over there and check that out for that full video. But I'm going to keep on let Dave cook.
Even look his way. He got to take you on a $300 meal date. The first date, don't know your middle name, your last name, your blood type, or your STD panel. But you want all these things for him. So at the end of the day, what's happened is these YNs are out here robbing you because you did not give them any skills to focus on. You did not give them anything to do. You did not give them any sense of self. You did not build up their self-esteem, and you did not hug your boys. You let your boys run and let the streets raise them, and now you're mad that it's coming home to roost. You did that.
So how do we fix this situation?
First of all, stay out of father's business.
That's a fact.
Let me give you an example. I have 2 daughters. I know nothing about menstruation. I watch my children come into the world, but I don't know what it is to have the pain of childbirth. I stay in my lane. Protect, provide, back up my wife. If I had sons, my wife would fall back because it is my job, like it was my father's job and his father's job before him, to raise his son into a man. We have taught our children, we have taught society, and we put a battery in our women's back by telling them that masculinity is toxic. That submission is wrong. I got to submit to God. I got to submit to the IRS. You submit to your white ass boss every single day, but yet and still you won't submit to your husbands. But then you get on these podcasts, you get on these television shows, you watch these reality shows that are scripted, and you sit up there and you say, I want a man who's a provider. No. Your husband is supposed to be a provider. We out of whack. Iyanla Vanzant told y'all was out of order, and nobody wanted to hear it.
So,
Man, she keeps when she asking them questions, she don't really follow up on what he's really talking about. She's jumping around and stuff. Seemed like she was trying to get him leaning towards most of the uplifting women type thing, stuff in that nature. But he took it to where it needed to go, and she kept kind of switch gears a minute. But the dude was very articulate, man. He know how to really handle the conversation and change the question into where it needed to head it towards. And I imagine her audience is mostly female. I don't know too much about this lady, but I imagine that her platform is just nothing but female artisans. So the brother Cook, man, the brother Cook. I want to get to the other scene where he was going off on the another important topic.
Entrepreneurs. They also have more degrees. There are more black women in the C-suite. And to quote Dr. Umar Johnson, you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious?
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Black women also have the majority and the highest rate of student loan debt, which means your debt to income ratio is shot. Problem number one. Problem number two is you spend all that time getting these things on you and not getting any learning in you. Having more degrees than a thermometer does not mean that you understand the temperature of our people. On top of that, I don't need a degree to tell you I'm a man. Most of my degrees are sitting in the drawer and the rest of them are at my mama's house in Arizona. I ain't seen them. It don't matter. Everything I learned in college was about happening outside of the classroom.
But you went to college, though.
Hold on.
You went to college, though.
I went to college to please my mother. I had a record deal. I was singing backgrounds for Teddy Pendergrass. Let's tell the whole story, not just the parts you like. And
but
most
you still
of us,
went to college.
Again, most of us, black men specifically, go to college out of pressure from their mamas and their grandmamas, not because it's something to do to better themselves. The school industrial complex is made for black women. There have been several studies on this that talk about how young black boys are automatically labeled as behavior problems. They were labeled as educable mentally retarded back when Les Brown was in school, and that's going all the way back to the 50s. Then you sit up there and you put them in the programs, then you double down on their reading scores so that you know how many prisons to build. Everything is set up to make sure you rise and think that you are now above us, as opposed to realizing that there's a conspiracy to separate you from me.
So how do we...
Damn. This brother here, man. I can say I don't know too much about this guy. I don't know too much about Dave Anderson, but from what I'm hearing, this guy, man, he's the upper echelon, and he's pretty much he trailblazing the way, man. I mean, he's not going to be our biggest problem solver, but he's hitting the nail on the head on a lot of these topics, and he's very articulate, and that's kind of rare nowadays, and you don't see that most of these days, and especially coming from these so-called leaders, which is he's pointing out along the way in this somewhere through this video too. But I want to play one more clip of he's getting in some more important topics.
Not your competition. I am your completion. I am the one that's supposed to protect you, but the Bible says it is better for a man to live in the roof of his house than be in a house with a quarrelsome woman. Calm all that down. All that sprinkle shit, calm that down. And by the way, when it comes, and this is just me making sure that I'm giving you a solution, if you are so talented, so gifted, so degreed, so smart, how you let dumb niggas nut up in you and make babies?
Dang.
You over here talking?
Without a ring, without any type of commitment, and then you go and say that you don't like the white man, he's oppressing you, this, that, and the third, but you go to your white boss, then you go to your daddy government, and you allow daddy government to go tax this man instead of working it out with this man. And if this man was a deadbeat, you should have known that before you shed your clothes like Country Crock and spread your legs. Fatality. There's accountability on both sides.
Dave Anderson,
Yo, this dude Cook, man. This dude Cook. I don't know what else to really even say, man. This dude just really, he just brought the house down on this interview, man. The name of the show that he did is Dave Anderson, Don't Blame the System by Carisha. So y'all go really check that video out, man, to catch the full video in the context. But I just had to shine the light on this one, man, to going through the feed, and he's kicking some knowledge, man. Y'all leave a comments down below and y'all tell me what you think about what he was saying. Catch y'all on the next video. Peace.